So a while ago I posted a vlog, a really quick vlog, that told you all that my allergies were acting up and that I'm doing alright. Yeah, this is the same day. I'm just finally getting around to making a vlog about what's going on.
Hey, wait a minute. What are all these presents? Looks like you're showering Marge with gifts. With little tiny baby size gifts. Well, I'll be in the tub.
By the way, congratulations on your new job, Homer.
Good job. Marge is pregnant! No!
No, I'm pregnant. I didn't expect it. I had been prepared to never be able to have children. My body's not normal. It's not normal at all. Most women, once a month, they have their Aunt Flo visit. Not me. So once a month, or, you know, if I'm going to go drinking, I pee on a stick. I take a pregnancy test. Not because I ever think I'd be pregnant, but because I wanted to make sure, so that, I guess I didn't want to get like 3 months along and then be like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. So once a month, regularly, when, you know, normal women would be, you know, getting out their feminine products, I was peeing on a stick and going, oh, not pregnant, and throwing it out. It was election day here in Canada, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't pregnant, as usual. Here's the funny part of the story, before I even tell you about the 2 lines. I was going to the gym, as you know, and maybe 2 weeks into the gym, I was getting these stomach cramps, like, really bad. And I said to my trainer, I said, I'm sorry, I'm a little queasy right now, I'm a little nauseous. I'm getting really bad stomach cramps. And he said, you're probably working out too much. So later on, my chest started really hurting, and, really nauseous. And so I said, you know, this is really weird. Like, David, I'm sorry, I'm really queasy. Side effects. David was like, oh, you've probably been working out too much. But he couldn't look at me, and I was like, ow! Like, they really hurt. Like, I had a growth spurt. And I was like, what? So anyway, no, probably working out too much. Then election day came, and I got really nauseous. I got up that morning, and I went to have a bowl of Cheerios. Took one bite of my Cheerios, and my eyes went wide, and I was like, ooh, I can't go to work today. My job's a little different than most jobs. I had to basically go in and find someone to come in early, which they did, thank God. I was bad shape. So I came home, and I laid on the floor on my back and nibbled on crackers. And my neighbor said, sounds like you're pregnant. I said, no, I think I've been working out too much. It got really bad. It was really incredibly bad. I've never had morning sickness before, obviously, so I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't realize it was going to get that bad. It was bad. It was bad. So I couldn't even be bothered to move to go see my neighbor. I picked up my cell phone. I had put the phones beside me because I'm laying on the floor like this. And I was like, I called my neighbor and I was like, I want it to go away. I need it to go away. Okay, first of all, you're not dying. You're pregnant. I can't be pregnant. It's not in the books. It was that time of the month for me to pee on a stick. We had run out. I always had them in bulk because I do it once a month, so I always bought like a big package of pregnancy tests. So David was bringing some home, just, you know, not thinking, you know, oh, she might be pregnant. Neither of us were, like, even though, like, all the symptoms were there, no, didn't even cross our minds. So he brings them home, I go pee in the stick, come out, start to get ready to go vote. Stepped in the bathroom to see what the results were, and I screamed. There were 2 pink lines. One was a little faded, but there were 2 pink lines. Freaked me out. Not because, like, I didn't want a baby ever, but because I didn't think I'd ever have a baby. Shush! So to find out I was pregnant when I wasn't even thinking I was pregnant was just, like, mind-boggling. So I'm standing there, I'm going, David thought I was joking. You're joking, right? It's okay, honey, it's probably a false positive. Maybe I peed on it too much. Maybe I peed on it too much. You might have peed on it too much. It's very possible. I think I peed on it too much. Now these pregnancy tests, they have a cap on them, so just so you know, there's no way I've got like pee flying out or anything. I got a cap on it. We go over to my neighbor's place, and I knock on her door and I'm like red in the face, right? Election, we didn't vote, it got forgotten. Knock on the door, she answers the door and she just sees like death in front of her, right? Oh, what's wrong? I want your opinion. I'm like flinging the pregnancy test at her, right? I want your opinion. It was a little dark, she didn't have her hallway light on. And of course the second line's faded, so at first glance she's like, oh, you're not. And then she went, you're pregnant. I'm not, no, I'm not. But I can't get pregnant, I'm not pregnant, I'm not. It was bad, it was bad, it was a mess. We decided, since I get them in bulk, and I had another one, that we would just take a second one tomorrow morning and find out. 1 o'clock in the morning I wake up, I really have to pee. By the way, I'd been doing that a little bit lately, hadn't even crossed my mind. I just figured I drank too close to bedtime because I'd been working out too much. So I wake up at 1 in the morning, I look at the clock, and I go, no, I don't want to know yet, because I had to work the next day too, right? I'm like, no, I don't want to know yet, I don't want to know yet. So I try to go back to sleep and try to hold it, but when you know when you have to pee, you dream of peeing? Well, when you have to pee, and you think you might be pregnant, you dream of peeing on sticks and them turning pink. Okay, so even though I was able to try to get to sleep a little bit, I was definitely not getting a good night's sleep. I was dreaming that the pregnancy test was, positive constantly. So at 3:45 I woke up and I was like, ugh. So I woke David up. I have to pee. Go pee. But then I'll have to know. Just don't look at the stick. But if you don't look at the stick right away, then it can give you a false negative or a false positive. Oh, I really have to pee. I'm gonna go pee. Anyway, so this is me, sitting on the toilet, doing my thing, pee, and I'm like shaking, right? And I put the cap on, I watch as it goes across. I've never done this before. And one line goes up, saying that it's working, and then nothing else, and it's wet all the way across. I'm like, oh, and I just open my eyes, and 2 lines. 2. Second one a little faded. 2 lines. I went into the bedroom after pacing for a little bit, and I woke David up. Do you want to know? No. Oh, 'cause I know. Oh, I'm pregnant. Well, if you've washed your hands, come here. That was it. I was pregnant. He calls me his little incubator, his educated egg something. In the morning he goes out and he gets my prenatal, and because I have to eat it on an empty stomach. And if you've ever had morning sickness, you realize you can't have an empty stomach, because if you get hungry or if you get full, you get sick. I have to balance. So it's like I have to constantly be eating, which is like I have to pack a friggin' mini fridge to work. To this day I haven't even heard a heartbeat yet. Like I haven't had an ultrasound. That was the next step. I don't have a family doctor. There's a doctor shortage where I live. There's like no doctors. In order to get a family doctor, I have to get a GP, and then I get a family doctor, and then I get an obstetrician, and then a gynecologist. Like, I have to get in that order. I can't just go for the obstetrician.
This has been a bwings production.
Shush.